With the announcement of Persona 3 Reload, the upcoming remake of Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3, I've been thinking a lot about how the Persona series has changed and evolved since the original release of 3, and how those changes can be implemented into this remake. To me, Persona 3 is an extremely mixed experience, with the gameplay being a huge pain point for me, while the narrative, music, and themes arguably peaked in the series with this game. Persona 3's biggest problem is also its most infamous. While there are some defenders of non-controllable party members, this deviation from the norm in a turn-based RPG still misses the mark for me. Perhaps it's the lack of customization for your party members, or just the fact that the AI makes some nonsensical choices at times, but I eventually couldn't stomach it and used a controllable party members mod for my first playthrough of FES. This aspect of the combat system has been removed, allowing for total control of your party's actions and not just the protagonists, which I think is overall a good thing, though there might be some people who would argue the opposite. It's worth noting that Persona 3 was the first Persona game to don the social sim elements, so there are obviously some rough edges that were smoothed over in subsequent entries. The fact that once you reach social link level 10 with a female character, you are guaranteed to romance them is just odd, especially given it doesn't lock you out of the other romance options. While the remake is confirmed to not include traditional social links with the male party members, the game is including side quests of some kind to make that happen, so hopefully we get some of the content that was included in Persona 3 Portable. I find it a bit odd that the bones of Persona 5's Persona negotiation system didn't make it into Persona 3 Reload, but given shadows didn't take the form of personas in the original, it's easy to see why. Thankfully, Reload is confirmed to be carrying over the baton pass mechanic, one of the best parts of Persona 5's combat by a long shot. One of the biggest improvements Persona 5 brought to the table was the overhauled level design, with a focus on more linear set pieces and a larger emphasis on making the game flow better. SMT5 iterated on this and added an element of exploration, while also having a massive emphasis on optional content. While neither game has perfect level design, they are both leagues better than anything Persona 3 or 4 had to offer, so I hope those lessons were carried into this remake, but even the revamped Tartarus looks to be a massive improvement, even if it doesn't mimic those two games in its approach. It has been confirmed that none of the content added in FES and Portable, namely the Answer and the female player character respectively, are returning in Persona 3 Reload. While I'm not attached to the alternate female character because I've never played through Portable, I can also understand that this is a pain point for a lot of people, and I wouldn't blame you for that. While the Answer has fewer defenders, I enjoyed it as an epilogue, and I'm a bit sad that it won't be included. That said, if Atlas surprises us with a new epilogue of some kind, I'm more than happy to entertain it, especially after the Game of the Century tier epilogue that was the true ending of Persona 5 Royal. Persona has always been a bit of a fractured series to me, in the sense that no one game is undeniably better than the others. Of the ones I've played, namely 3, 4, and 5, in my estimation, 5 has the best systems but a weaker overall cast than the other two, and a story that has a habit of losing focus. 4 has the best cast but suffers from severely lacking dungeon design, and the premise doesn't allow for the same highs as the other two. Persona 3 has always been my favorite from a narrative... I'm going to redo that one. Persona 3 has always been my favorite from a narrative and thematic standpoint, with its cast falling just short of the cast from Persona 4, and the systems feeling more like they suffer after playing a game that came after with more polished mechanics. Persona 3 Reload is an opportunity to bring the sheer excellence of Persona 5's mechanical design into the utterly exceptional core of Persona 3's narrative and thematic material. And everything I've seen in the pre-release material seems to suggest that Atlus is making sure to make this game the best it can be. They haven't released a game that I outright dislike, though that might change if I ever play Nocturne. And the game using the core mechanics of Persona 5's Royal
Would you believe me? I said that a day
That's a funny way of saying that.
than 24 hours.
And the game using the core mechanics of Persona 5 Royal's combat is a massive sign that they've learned the right lessons. I'm perhaps overall
You saw them. This creature.
I'm perhaps overly excited for Persona 3 Reload. In some way, the original helped me grapple with some of my core beliefs, and its core message is something I consider truly beautiful, no matter how loud and unsubtle it is about portraying it. I can't not be excited about this project. It presents the perfect opportunity for the game to reach the pinnacle of its potential in a way most games don't ever get the chance to. I'm looking forward to reviewing it when it comes out, alongside all the other RPGs releasing. Holy crap, Persona 3 Reload comes out a month before Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in 2024. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing and leaving a like for more. I'll definitely keep you posted if my opinion changes on this, but I do truly think that Persona 3 has the opportunity to be the best Persona game by a wide margin.